Hey, this is Tommy with RETROFEELYA, and you're listening to Honest Brutality.
Created by the people, created for the people. No holds barred, no punches pulled, just honest brutality. I don't know what the fuck you guys are thinking. You don't ever talk about my band again. What's this honest brutality shit anyway?
Honest Brutality.
Welcome to Honest Brutality. I am your host, Evil, and I am joined by my co-hosts.
This is Big Sloppy.
And Camera Rebel.
And we have a very special guest on the line today, Tommy Leek from RETROFEELYA. How you doing, Tommy?
I'm very good. How are you guys?
We're doing amazing.
Yeah, awesome.
We're in the California sunshine. Where are you?
I am in Hopewell Junction, New York, a small town with about a population of 600 people.
Did you say Hobo Junction?
Hopewell Junction.
Oh.
Pretty close.
I was like, okay.
You could, honestly, you could probably change the name and nobody would notice.
That's awesome.
Hobo Junction was my last address, but I digress.
Tommy, we're very grateful to have you on the show today. You guys being RETROFEELYA, as a band that we ran across, played on our show on Rock Rage Radio here a couple weeks back, and we've been listening to your music, and you and I have been talking. We wanted the listening audience to have the chance to get to know you just a little bit better. You guys have a fantastic website and a nice bio, but it's not like people know who you are. So we figured we'd drag you in here and do it Honest Brutality style.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's start with the band RETROFEELYA. Here's the thing. I don't know what to say aside from I love it, and I know why, because it sounds great, it feels great, but you got to understand something. I'm a metal guy. I like it hard and brutal and heavy, and I sit and listen to your guys' stuff, and I'll tap my toe and dig it. Anybody else try to pull off what you're doing, I probably wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Where does magic chemistry come from? Like, you guys are like a pop rock band.
You know what? We have so many different influences. Like, you know, my first shows I started out by seeing like Kiss and Guns N' Roses, and our singer is a big Def Leppard fan. But we're all fans of metal. You know, I've been all seen Motorhead, Priest, everyone. You know,
Right.
So I think we have so many different influences, and it comes out when we're in the studio.
It absolutely does.
You guys have a really unique sound.
Thank you.
And it's very refreshing because we listen to a lot of bands. Sometimes they all sound the same.
Yeah, it's so hard, especially in you know, these genres. Everyone sounds the same.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. And what happens a lot, I mean, nowadays you got, well, these guys are death metal. These guys are pop rock. These guys are
Pigeonholed,
screamo.
yeah.
These guys, you know. And to me,
Everything's so categorized.
Genre-based,
And I've been trying to stress to people, you know, good music's good music.
Mm-hmm.
Rock is rock. Metal is metal. It's all there for us to take in, basically.
It feels good, yeah.
And as long as you're doing what you like and you enjoy it and you can convey that to an audience, you're going to be successful.
Exactly.
That's all there is to
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't matter what you're playing.
Yeah, exactly. And we're seeing that with you guys a lot. It's nice to see you got John Bon Jovi singing for you.
Yeah. No, it's actually his son, but Bon Jovi doesn't know he's alive yet.
The long lost son.
Well, that's the cool thing too, is you guys have actually, you're the whole package. You've cultivated the look.
Yeah.
Eric has a definite look about him. He looks like he should be fronting your band.
Yeah.
And so, Tommy, you play guitar.
Yes, I do.
Are you a classically trained guitar player, or did you kind of pick one up and run with it? How'd that work?
No, I've been interested in guitar since I was little, and it's funny. I actually taught myself how to play from watching YouTube videos.
Nice.
Oh.
We see that a lot nowadays.
Yeah, I would go on YouTube and just type in like full songs, and I would learn like Guns N' Roses songs or whatever I wanted to learn, Iron Man, all that stuff. And I've never gotten lessons, so kind of just learned myself.
Impressive.
Yes, very impressive.
Cool.
That's awesome. You started out in 2015, and then
Yes.
10 months into performing, you guys actually headlined your own show. So you shared the stage with Buck Cherry, Sebastian Bach, Daughtry, and Twisted Sister.
Yep. Those, all that stuff is happened in a year of play. We played about, I think a little over 50 shows in this past year. Which is a good amount for, yeah.
Yeah.
So trying to get out there. We've done the Buck Cherry, Sebastian Bach, headlined a few places all over Long Island and all over the city. And we actually are booked the Whiskey A Go-Go June 23rd with Stephen Piercy of Rat.
Nice.
Right.
Nice
Amazing.
pull. So you're telling me you
Yeah.
guys have done 50 shows in the last year, and I'm guessing you guys all probably have to have full-time jobs, and some of you guys may even be going to school at the same time. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm a senior in college, so I actually graduated in May. Thank God.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
congratulations.
Yeah, so it's very exciting. Very excited to be done with that part of my life. But all the other members have went to school and all graduated and stuff. I'm not actually the youngest one in the band.
Oh,
Nice.
all right, Skippy. Glad to have you on.
And you guys have a show coming up May 23rd. You guys are going to be performing with Hinder.
Yeah, May 23rd, we're performing with Nonpoint and Hinder
Yes.
at Mulcahy's Bar, and that's on Long Island.
That's exciting. Are you guys super stoked about it or what?
Yeah, we're very stoked. It looks like we may be moving out to LA actually around Memorial Day weekend, so
Nice.
it might be our last show actually in New York. So it's kind of it's very exciting time for us.
It is indeed, and we can't wait to see you out here on the West Coast. Hopefully, we can hang out, man.
Yes, definitely. We can't wait either. It's going to be a good time.
Hey, what's the main push? Why are you guys saying, hey, we got to be in LA rather than, because New York, come on, let's face it, that's a big area. Why's the push for LA? Why are you guys thinking LA?
We've actually met with a few different A&Rs, and everyone we've met with has told us to go to LA. They said our look and our sound is very retro, and for us to head to LA, and they really think we could grow our fan base and make a really big name for ourselves there.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Well, and
interesting to hear.
actually, that is interesting because we've heard recently in rock and metal news that there's a resurgence in the Sunset Strip in that area and that lifestyle and culture.
Especially because we're still 2 hours out from the city. We're from upstate New York as a band, so where we're from, there's really zero market.
Yeah.
It's very small.
Let's talk a little bit about you guys and your schooling, because I'm understanding that some of that comes into play with the music and the production of the music. Is that correct?
Yeah, our singer actually graduated with an audio engineering degree, and he has a home studio, and he records everything. Our drummer also has the same degree, and I have a business and audio engineering degree.
Nice.
So, yeah, 3 out of 5 members are engineers in the band.
Man, you guys are almost too smart to be a band.
What? Shut up.
Well, no,
we're musicians, so we must not be that smart.
No, you are very smart. That's pretty awesome. That will definitely aid in getting you guys further.
well, not only with your own music, as you mature and grow into it, you can grow a business of helping produce other bands
Absolutely.
and you know.
Yeah, our singer produces a few other bands and stuff like that.
Well, I would like to say that it's evident that you guys are professionals in the audio engineering side because your music sounds fantastic. One of the first things I look for is the production value, and I went and looked to see who had done it, and it said that it was Eric. And I thought, well, that's really, really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He actually does all the mixing and mastering and everything in-house.
Everything in-house, everything himself.
That's very impressive.
That is impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
It's a lot of work.
it's a killer skill. I want to get back to something you said. People are telling you that you're kind of retro, and I know you go with the name RETROFEELYA and all that. But I want to emphasize to our listening audience, they need to listen to your music because while it may have somewhat of a retro feel, it's very modern feeling at the
is.
same time.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to
Yeah.
be explained. And I think Evil here was trying to allude to that a little bit earlier in describing your sound. But I don't want people to think, oh, these guys are just an old hair band or anything like that.
yeah.
You guys are way better than that, way more than that, way deeper than that.
Oh, yeah.
And we're seeing it. And I want to convey that to the audience that not to try to pigeonhole you guys into an older mindset because that's not what you are.
Yeah, it's it's really hard when I think about describing ourselves. I feel like I know every band probably says this, that they don't know what genre they fit in because it could be anything. But I honestly feel like I'm not really sure what I would call our music.
I'd call you guys a killer rock band.
Rock. Oh, well, Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
I get what Tommy's saying, though, because I also have a hard time. If someone asked me to describe them, I would have a hard time picking one word to describe them, or two, or three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like there's so many different influences in everything we're doing. Like, how can you just categorize it as one thing?
Right. Another thing I've noticed in seeing some stuff on YouTube, obviously we've not had the chance to actually physically see you guys live, but we've lived vicariously through the camera on YouTube.
We learned by YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
But one thing I've noticed is the amount of energy you guys are bringing to a show. Now, you're talking about opening for Nonpoint and Hinder. I wouldn't want to follow you guys personally. I'd be a little bit intimidated.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, that's something actually we've been told a lot, is that our live show is amazing. Like, after we perform, we have tons of people that come up to us that say, they're like, oh, we've never heard of you guys before, but your performance is awesome, and now we're guaranteed fans.
Tommy, every superhero has an origin story.
Yeah.
What is yours? You guys, I mean, the band itself is so young.
Yeah.
As a band.
Are you even 2 years old yet? No,
Wait,
really.
how old?
Are you guys even 2 years old as a band altogether?
No, I joined the band about probably like a year and 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys have already written all this kick-ass material in this short amount of time.
Well, yeah, they have 2 EPs.
Yeah. And the new stuff to come is even better.
Are you bragging?
Amazing.
Are you bragging?
Well, yes, brag on.
I mean, I know you've heard it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't want to say anything to get anybody in trouble, but we may already have it over here, and we have already rocked it pretty hard. The people in the car next to me may have heard it too, Tommy. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Don't worry.
Because when I listen, so does everyone else.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I guess what I'm getting at is you guys obviously aren't a bunch of novices and amateurs who just threw a bunch of instruments in a room and said, let's do this thing. How did Retropheelya, how did it come to be?
All right. Well, me and the singer Eric were actually in a band in high school, and we were actually like a pretty serious band, pretty successful. We played all over Poughkeepsie. We played with like Mushroom Head and Hawthorne Heights and those sort of bands. We were like a metalcore-ish band.
Oh, wow.
And we actually played at Bamboozle in 2011 at the Meadowlands. That one had like Motley Crue and stuff. We were little kids at the time. This is 2011, so I mean, me and Eric were like 15 and 16 years old. We're little kids, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's kind of how it started. And then we branched off, went to school, we got our degrees, continued playing music, and then Retropheelya just happened. It was a long time coming.
It's an amazing project, and I'm very proud of you guys looking at what you've done. You're very slick and polished. Mm-hmm. Your act, your videos, your website, everything is just very smooth. You would think that you're a much older band, so you can see that you're coming out with us. Well, it's a sense of professionalism that you don't see from a lot of bands that have a lot of talent, and unfortunately, they lack the it factor because they don't have all of the angles covered.
Right.
Okay, so you guys have done like 50 shows in the last year. And the first one's always fun, and that's great. And you've moved on, so you've had to have seen some stuff on stage now. What's the most crazy, funniest thing you've seen on stage now?
All right, before we played with Sebastian Bach, this was actually fun. It kind of sucked for us, but we made the best of it. They couldn't get the sound guys couldn't make it get the sound to work, and they were trying to plug in the mic. And this is at the Chance Theater in Poughkeepsie, New York, so it fits a little over 1,000 people. And the place is packed out, 2 floors, it's packed out. And it was so loud that the engineer at the board couldn't hear the engineer on stage telling him what line to plug it into. So all the fans were screaming out the numbers back to the sound guy. And it was like a wave of people trying to help them fix the sound.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, that was actually really fun.
They're helping you out.
That's a first, man. That's a first.
Yeah.
That is a first. Have you guys played in any festivals yet?
Hey, we played Rock Carnival in Jersey. That was the one that had like Chris Daughtry, Twisted Sister, and there was a bunch of other bands that played.
Was it American Idol that Chris Daughtry was on? It was on American Idol, huh?
Yeah.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that one and I was rooting for him the whole time. I was so stinking excited that he won.
He didn't win. He took 5th place.
No, he
Don't
didn't.
ask me how I knew it was 5th place.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
I was not a watcher of American Idol.
He's amazing.
Wink, wink.
He's amazing. And wink, wink.
Well, back to our New York, soon to be California idols, Retropheelia. You have 2 EPs, and as we know, you have more songs in the works right now.
Yeah, they'll be, some of them will start actually coming out pretty soon. It's going to be, before our trip to LA, there'll be 1 or 2 songs released.
Nice.
Right on. Well, Honest Brutality will be right here to help you play them and promote them.
Oh, can't wait. I'll definitely have to let you know when they're released, and we'll set something up from there.
Hey, Tommy, is this going to be another EP, or are you guys actually going to do a full-length album this time?
We're not even sure, honestly. We know we're gonna release a few singles, and that's gonna be the first thing. And from there, we still have a few different meetings to take care of when we get down to LA to figure out what the next step is, whether we're gonna do a full album or.
So, are you apprehensive about doing something with a label or with A&R?
Not at all. We are very open. We're actually really looking to take that step. You know, we take this very seriously in what we do, and so it's kind of like we're ready for that.
Well, I guess I'm curious because you're the guy with the degree in the business side of it. And there's so many different artists out there right now that have no clue, and they make all kinds of jumps and leaps at things in the music industry. And I wanted to get your take on the state of the music industry as we know it today and what you think the future of it is.
Ooh, that's a hard question. I'll start by saying I wish it was the 80s. I wish labels had all that money and, you know, they were helping bands out. I still feel like there's still a good amount of labels out there. There's a lot of really good independent labels and some good majors that really support their artists. It's just about finding the right one.
Right.
It's interesting. This is a whole new thing going around. We had, I don't know if you're familiar with the band Backwards, but we had Eric July of Backwards on the show here recently, and they were discussing how they didn't sign with a label. They partnered with a label. They
partnered, yeah.
So they still own all their music. They own everything. They partner with a label just for distribution to reach the places that they couldn't. They obviously have more legs and fingers out there than they do, but they own all their music. Nobody can steal that from them. They own it. And so what he was saying, they took a couple years to lay out a foundation like a business and build that foundation and then work to put an album out. And they put out an 18-song album, by the way, which is kick-ass, I might add. Anyway, they put that out, and instead of signing with a label, they partnered, so they still own everything. And it was successful as all hell. I think number 4, they've charted on 9 different charts when it came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
so
wow.
It really worked.
The album charted before it came out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wow.
That's impressive. That's good A&R. You know?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it is.
great.
So I'm looking to you for an answer as to what is the future of Retropheelia. What should we expect? What should the listeners expect?
Bigger, badder than ever. No,
That's awesome. Yes, roll with it.
I love this guy.
so, yeah. So there's going to be a lot of big things coming up. Maybe a tour with a major artist, maybe releasing a full-length album under a label. There'll be things involved. Right now we're doing all self-booking, and we pretty much book ourselves.
That's pretty
all
smart,
the time, so we'll be everywhere. Everyone will see us.
Well, if you want to do Northern California, reach out to us. We'll put you in touch with people, and then we'll figure it out. Because
that'd be great. I mean, honestly, if you booked us in Northern California next week, we'd take the truck out and be there next week. We're that type of band where it doesn't matter.
We'll book you. We just can't guarantee you're going to get paid for it.
Oh, that's fine. Most of our gigs we can't guarantee we're getting paid for.
That's unfortunate.
So now you said that you take the truck out? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we have a truck with like a trailer and stuff.
Nice. Usually the guys that we talk to are cruising around in vans, so you guys are cruising around in a truck. Awesome. Does your truck have a name?
No.
What?
Dude, you got to name it.
That happens.
Here it
I
is
mean,
now.
it's our singer's parents' truck, and I don't really want to know what they named him and why.
You can name it Retro Drive Ya.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Studebaker.
The shag
That's
and wagon.
awesome.
That's rad. Cool. That's the first try.
So you guys road trip it a lot. That's cool. Do you ever feel like you're going to kill your bandmates when you're out doing the shows?
No, but the feeling might be different if that you ask them the same question.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the band, because we're talking to you, and that's great. But tell us about the other members of the band and the chemistry there. How does that work?
Yeah.
We're all a great group of friends. All we do is make fun of each other and eat Chinese food with each other. So it's a great love.
That's so awesome. So can you actually go down the list and tell us like the personalities involved? So, for instance, like Eric, like what is his personality?
Okay,
like?
Eric, his personality. Eric's really sarcastic. He's really funny. Like everyone in the band is, not that I'm funny, but everyone in the band is kind of funny. I guess besides me. And they're all laid back. So, Eric, our singer, is very laid back and chill, funny. Our bassist, Steve, he's known as the quiet one. He really is very quiet.
Oh, so he's the one we got to be wary of. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but no, Steve pops in with like the most witty comments and out of nowhere.
Just random.
It has everyone by. Yeah.
Nice.
James, our drummer, he's a character. He's really smart, really funny. He's kind of like the brains.
Whoa, time out.
I know.
Did you say a smart drummer?
I don't know
There's no
that.
such thing as a smart drummer, for God's sake.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a smart musician.
Touche, my friend. Touche. You can say that about radio show hosts.
And we have our other guitar player, Frank. He's actually just joined the band recently. And he's pretty awesome.
Right
Okay.
on. So are you guys
Funny.
going to do any kind of prank initiations
You
for Frank?
gotta initiate him for sure.
Any initiation? No, not yet. I mean, I don't condone hazing, or at least not when I'm on radio shows.
He didn't have to do a gauntlet of any sort. He didn't have to be jumped into the band.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like the Crips.
Exactly. That was what I was getting at.
Frank is the newest member of your band because he's the second guitarist. So you guys have you and another guitarist, and then you have, of course, the vocals and the drums and the bass. At what point did you guys decide that you wanted to bring on another guitarist?
We actually had a second guitarist the whole time, but since we're moving to LA, we kind of hit some turmoil with our other guitar player, so he couldn't be in the band anymore.
Gotcha.
We had someone lined up who was ready to step in, and I mean it's a big step for anyone, you know.
yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Hey, you're moving across to the other side of the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
and you kind of have to be able to go. And he was older than us, so he had like an actual job.
Yeah.
He was kind of
yeah.
down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There
That
were
makes a lot of
strings
sense.
attached, yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, you guys still got to have jobs. I'm assuming nobody's doing Retropheelya full time for income yet, although you'd love to. I'm sure you guys still have jobs. I mean, you guys be able to get a good pizza delivery job when you get to LA, or you got that lined up? Domino's hiring? What's going on?
Hopefully. Well, we're trying to set up jobs, and our drummer actually works for like a music library company, and our singer's going to produce bands, and I'll probably actually work on the PR side with this company out in Hollywood. So
Nice.
we're going to have some things that some people we're talking to are helping us set jobs up and stuff.
That's
So
amazing.
Music library, is that a fancy term for record store?
no, he I think he does like songs and like puts them in soundtracks or something like that.
Oh, bitchin'. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, what an amazing step for you guys. That's very exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're all like in our young 20s, so it's kind of the
Oh,
time.
man. I'm envious. I'm going to tell you right now, Big Sloppy's totally envious. I wish I could do the same thing you guys are doing. I applaud you for your leap of faith.
Well, thank you.
With your guys' future move, have you guys been to LA yet?
Honestly, no one in the band has been to LA
You
yet.
guys are
Like I've been to
blind
different parts
jumping
of California. I've never been to LA yet. We're really jumping in. We're like
Holy shit.
moving out there and stuff. So it's kind of it's going to be pushed into another one, but it's great because this is all we want to do.
Of all the landmarks that you guys have heard of in LA, which are you most excited to go to when you get settled?
In LA,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Whiskey's the show we've had booked for months, so the Whiskey's, I'm really excited.
That is bitching.
I wish that we could make it down there to see that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really do.
Hey, do you have a date on that?
Yeah, it's Friday, June 23rd.
We do a pretty good job of being on the cutting edge of bands that are up and coming, that are unknown, that are going to be known. And as soon as I heard and saw Retropheelia, I felt like I had stumbled across one of the next great things. And you guys are obviously making huge strides and doing everything in a very slick, polished, professional way. And I wish you all the best. Now, what does the listening
Thank you
audience...
so much. It really means the world to us.
Oh, no. You're welcome. You deserve
a
it.
lot into this, so thank you.
What does the listening audience need to know about Retropheelia? What don't they know that they need to know?
So we're a very fun, energetic rock band, and once you see us once, you're going to be hooked.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too.
I like that.
Get out to a show. Get out to a show,
That is awesome.
and you'll have a great time.
Speaking of your guys' live shows, there are so many times where a band will sound extremely similar to their recorded songs. So do you guys take that and spin it a little bit?
Well, we play a click track and stuff, so we're very professional and on time, and our songs sound pretty accurate to the recording. We're very we want to sound we're perfectionists. So when you see us live, everything is as perfect as we practice it. We practice a lot.
Yeah.
That's important. And there's a couple things, and I think Camera Rebel's touching on it here, is that we talk about it a lot on our show. I want the band to sound great. I want them to kick ass, but they got to bring something special. I can put the album on any time and listen to it. If I'm going to pay my good money to go see Retropheelia, I got to know I'm going to get something more than just the album. And I think that's kind of what she's getting at. What are we going to get besides just the album or listening to the album when we go see Retropheelia live?
We have we're everyone in the band is very much about the show and the performance. We actually me and Eric built these big Eagle Riders that have lights like built into them that are on each side of the stage. These are things that we built that are like 2.5 feet up that high, that we have to jump on each side of the stage, that have lights built into them that we made. We have big banners and everything like that. We all have wireless instruments, so everyone's running around the stage doing going crazy. It's we're very about the performance.
Awesome.
That's great. Because we've talked to some of the big acts that are out there that just walk through their sets and they're charging a lot of money to go see them.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to name names, Vince Sevenfold.
Chino Marino?
Chino Marino.
Chino Marino got his microphone cable stuck under his own amplifier.
It drives me nuts. Can I pay a lot of money to go see these bands? And I want to be entertained. You're vying for my entertainment dollar. You got to entertain me.
Exactly.
I think it's only right.
I think everyone in the band is kind of disappointed that we're not at a point where we're big enough to use like pyro and stuff. Because I know we're all dying for that.
You will be.
Maybe in a few years.
And this is the band that would be dying for pyro for sure. I love that. Totally makes sense. But be careful, because pyro and hairspray is a bad combination.
Yeah. You know what? We'll just leave the pyro by our drummer. Because at the end of the day, you have a drummer.
Because he's bald.
Right.
Oh, that's funny, dude.
It's amazing.
Hey, well, you're going to be in LA. You have access to killer fireworks. Maybe just throw a couple of M80s off in the middle of the show. Call it pyro.
Oh man, they're illegal in New York. I don't even know how to use them.
Hey, don't be a pussy, man. Get you a couple sparklers. And set them up on the microphone stands.
That would look cute.
That look cute, exactly.
They're really illegal out here. Come out, we'll show you how to use them. We got a whole basement full.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't want to know what you do in your spare time.
Yes, you do. It's fun. Tommy, you've been such a rad guest, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hey, anytime. You're always welcome here at Honest Brutality. You are alumni. You are family. How do we connect? You're welcome. How do we connect our listening audience with Retropheelia and with Tommy Leak? How do we get them in touch with you so that they could talk, they can book your shows, they can listen to your music, they can share your music? How do we do it?
All right. Well, you could find Retropheelia on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, anywhere. And we also have an official website. It's www.retropheelia.rocks. And I'll spell it out. www.retropheelia.rocks.
Wow.
Retropheelia.rocks.
I got to tell you.
That's the official website. And all our information's on there. Our manager's information, all of our emails and stuff like that. We also all have our own personal Instagram pages. So if you search Retropheelia on Instagram, you'll find all of our individual stuff.
Hey, Tommy, I got to tell you, I got to be real honest. You're the only one that's ever been on the show smart enough to actually smell that shit out. That was.
You know what's funny? Every interview I have to do, they're like, "Can you spell out the name? Because it's kind of confusing." All right.
Really?
Well, a couple things to get clear.
So,
We don't really like interviews. We like conversations. We can't wait to have you back on for further conversations as you grow your brand and your band.
hey, I can't wait either, man.
Hey, Tommy, when you guys get to the West Coast here in the next few months, get the band together. We'd like to have all you guys on and have another conversation. I think it'd be a blast.
Absolutely.
That would be great. I think they would all love it. So we'd be down to set that up. Once we figure out when we're moving out there, I'll send Eric an email.
That's
I'll
awesome.
set it all up.
That's awesome. Because I've always wanted to talk to the son of John Bon Jovi, and it'd be a thrill for me.
Yeah.
Absolute thrill.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we could get Bon Jovi in there and do a big custody battle like Maury sort of thing.
For real, though. Now we're talking.
It's not your baby.
That is
Anyway.
amazing.
Well, once again, thank you so much, Tommy Leak from Retropheelia. Check them out. Now, if you do Google them and see them on Facebook or anywhere else, and you see Retropheelia and it's in the neon green letters and it doesn't look very rock and roll, that's them. I know it looks more like an energy drink, but it's them. It's them, and it's good shit. I just had to poke some fun. Hey, thanks again, dude, for doing the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, that was fun.
What amazing.
What a great kid, man.
Yeah.
I call him kid. He's about to graduate college. What a great young man. How's that?
We have a great job.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
right?
do.
We
I
do.
love it.
And I love that we're always on the cutting edge. I'm not trying to break my arm patting ourselves on the back, but look at my broken arm. Because
Yeah.
there's bands like this.
Mhm.
These are the same kinds of bands that we've been dealing with all throughout what we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Very
And I'm
true.
telling you, if you're not keeping your eye on the ball with this band, you're going to miss it. All of a sudden, the flash is going to hit and this band is going to be everywhere.
I just love that their sound is so unique. It's unique to them. It's
funny because I don't know how to explain it. It's unique, but it's not. It's not, but it is.
Yeah. It's got a retro feel to it, but it's totally modern.
Yeah.
It's hard you can't explain it really.
No, it's absolutely awesome.
Yeah. So I dig it.
Go
Love it.
out and check out Retropheelia. They have 2 EPs, a third one, potentially a full album on the way.
Yeah. And apparently it's going to be even better than what they have now.
And get out and see them live. Apparently their live act is amazing. We haven't got to see it personally, but we will. And when we do, we will report on it.
Oh, yeah.
This has been Honest Brutality, and we appreciate you tuning in. Please, if you're listening to this, go over to iTunes or wherever you get your podcast content. Give it a 5-star rating, or at least a star, something. I don't know. Leave a review. It's not that hard to do. And check us out at honestbrutality.com. You can also listen to us on Rock Rage Radio every Saturday, the Honest Brutality Hour. It's at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Or you can listen to us on Tuesdays
for Center Stage with Honest Brutality, where we talk to bands and we play their music for you. So it's 1 hour completely dedicated to a specific band.
So it's
And
kind of like this with their music.
Yeah.
That is 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
It's awesome. And hey, if you dig it, why don't you call us? Let us know about it. 530-962-0411.
In the meantime, you can do a lot of things, but what you should be doing is listening to Honest Brutality, Retropheelia, and Stay Metal!
Stay metal.
It all started with the joyride.